1. If you knowingly make a false statement in an application for a driver license or identification card, can you be fined and placed in prison upon conviction? Yes. 2. Can a person temporarily operate a farm tractor on the highway without a driver license? Yes. 3. You must obtain a new license showing the new address within how many days of moving? 10 days. 4. If you lose your Florida driver license and need a duplicate license, where do you apply for a driver's license? Office or online at www.gornew.com. 5. If you fail to answer a traffic summons, would you be able to renew your license? No. 6. What would happen to the license of a driver who was involved in an accident and did not stop to help persons who were injured? It would be revoked. 7. If you receive 12 points within 12 months, for how long will your license be suspended? 30 days. 8. What are the penalties for driving under the influence? DUI. First conviction, fine $500, $1,000, with BAL.15 or higher or minor in the vehicle, not less than $1,000 or more than $2,000. Community service, 50 hours. Probation, not more than 1 year. Imprisonment, not more than 6 months, with BAL.15 or higher or minor in the vehicle, not more than 9 months. License revocation, minimum 180 days. DUI school, 12 hours. DUI school requirement evaluation conducted to determine need for treatment. Ignition interlock device, 6 continuous months. Second offense conviction, fine $1,000, $2,000, with BAL.15 or higher or minor in the vehicle, not less than $2,000 or more than $4,000. Imprisonment, not more than 9 months. Second conviction within 5 years, 10 days in jail, 48 hours of confinement must be consecutive. License revocation, minimum 180 days. Second offense within 5 years after first conviction, 5-year revocation. DUI school, 21 hours. DUI school requirement evaluation conducted to determine need for treatment. Ignition interlock device, minimum of 1 year. Third offense conviction, fine $2,000, $5,000, with BAL.15 or higher or minor in the vehicle, not less than $4,000. Imprisonment, not more than 12 months. Third conviction within 10 years, mandatory 30 days in jail, 48 hours must be consecutive. License revocation, minimum 180 days. Third offense within 10 years after second conviction, 10-year revocation. DUI school, 21 hours. DUI school requirement evaluation conducted to determine need for treatment. Ignition interlock device, minimum of 2 years. Fourth or more conviction, fine not less than $1,000. Imprisonment, not more than 5 years. License revocation, permanent revocation. 9. Both your judgment and vision are affected after drinking alcohol, which is affected first judgment. 10. What are the penalties for refusing to take a test to determine whether you are intoxicated? 1 year suspension. 1. What type of insurance must you have on motor vehicles with 4 or more wheels? Personal injury protection (PIP) and personal damage liability (PDL). 2. If your driver license is revoked for DUI or suspended for too many points, what type of insurance must you either purchase or prove that you had on the date of the violation or effective date of the suspension? Bodily injury liability. 3. What are the penalties for littering? $500,1000 plus up to 60 days in jail. 4. If you hit a parked car and are unable to find the owner, what should you do? Leave address and report to police. 5. When a crash results in property damages of any amount, must the driver notify the Florida Highway Patrol, the Sheriff's Department, or the City Police Department? Yes. 6. After a crash has been investigated by an officer, does the driver need to send a written report to the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles? Only if it is not reported by the officer. 17. Who is required to wear seat belts when riding in the front seat of a car or a pickup truck? All occupants unless specifically accepted by law. 18. Who could be charged with a violation if a 14-year-old front seat passenger is not wearing a seatbelt? Driver. 19. What is the maximum speed limit for passenger cars on a two-lane highway during the daytime? 55 miles per hour. 20. What is the maximum speed limit in a residential area if there is no speed limit sign? 30 miles per hour. 21. What is the maximum speed limit on an interstate highway on a clear day in a rural area? 70 miles per hour. 22. When are you driving too slowly? Can you be issued a ticket? Yes. 23. What must you do when approaching a person who is riding or leading a horse upon or near the roadway? Use caution. 24. What must you do when you see a pedestrian with a white can in the street ahead of you? Stop and yield. 25. To what ages does the child restraint law apply? Age 5 or less. 26. When you are entering a highway or street from a private driveway and the way is clear, can you move forward without stopping first? Yes, only after yielding to all vehicle and pedestrian traffic. 27. Are vehicles traveling in the opposite direction of school buses that have stopped to unload children on a divided highway with a dividing barrier required to stop? No. 28. When a school bus stops to unload children on a divided highway, should the vehicles traveling in the same direction as the bus stop? Yes. 29. If a school bus stops to unload children on a 4-lane highway divided only by a 4-foot paved strip, must vehicles traveling in the opposite direction stop? Yes. 30. 4. How many feet before you start to turn should you begin your turn signal when you are driving on a highway? 100 feet. 31. Suppose you are driving on a 4-lane highway. From which lane should you turn into which lane should you turn? Turn right from the right lane into the rightmost lane. Turn left from the lane to the right and nearest the center line of the roadway into any lane lawfully available. 32. What is the arm signal for a left turn? Left arm straight out. 33. When may you drive in the left lane of a road with 4 or more lanes with two-way traffic? When passing. 34. After passing a vehicle, you must return to the right side of the road before coming within how many feet of an oncoming vehicle? 200 feet. 35. At what places is it unlawful to overtake and pass? Do not pass and no passing zone, where solid yellow line is on your side of center line, on hills or curves and within 100 feet of a bridge, tunnel, viaduct or railroad crossing. 36. Can a driver who crosses a solid line on the right of the center line of the highway be issued a ticket for the violation? Yes. 37. What is the recommended safe following distance? The 2-second rule. Which way should you turn your wheels when parking facing uphill where there is a curb? Which way should you turn them where there is not a curb? L. Upwards arrow. Up. 39. Can you park your car on a sidewalk, within an intersection, or on a crosswalk? No. 40. May you drive with just your parking lights on, in place of your headlights? No. 41. Are motor scooters whose engines have less than 150 cubic centimeter displacement allowed to be driven on an expressway? No. 42. What should you do if you drive past the exit on an interstate highway where you wanted to get off? Continue to next exit. Do not cross median. 43. At what times should you use your headlights during the time between sunset and sunrise? 44. When approaching another vehicle from the rear at night, within how many feet must you dim your bright headlights? 300 feet. 45. Within how many feet of an oncoming vehicle should you dim your bright headlights? 500 feet. 46. Under what conditions must you use your headlights when driving in the daytime when raining or fog smoke is present? 47.if you approach a red light and a traffic officer directs you to go through the intersection without stopping, what should you do? Obey all directions of the traffic officer. 48. What does a green arrow showing at the same time as a red traffic light mean? You can do. You may turn in the direction of the arrow, but must first yield to all traffic, vehicular and pedestrian, within the intersection. 49. After a full stop at a red traffic light, may a driver turn right if the way is clear? Yes, but only if it is not otherwise prohibited. 50. What does a red traffic light mean? What does a flashing red traffic light mean? Steady red light means to stop until light is no longer red. Flashing red means to stop and then proceed only when it is safe to do so, same as stop sign. 51. Can you proceed with caution when you approach a flashing yellow light? Yes. 52. Where do you usually find yield right OFWAY signs posted? Yield signs are usually placed where AUXILLARY roads lead into major roads. 53. If more than one vehicle is approaching a four-way stop sign and you are the first one to get there and stop, do you have the right to move forward first? Yes. 54. What does a solid yellow line to the right of the center line of the highway mean? Driving to the left of center is prohibited unless making a left turn. 55. What does a double solid yellow line in the center of the highway mean? What does a double solid white line in the center of the highway mean? Driving to the left of double yellow lines is prohibited in either direction unless making a left turn when safe to do so. A double solid white line separates two lanes of traffic in the same direction, and crossing these lines is prohibited. 56. What does a broken white line on the highway mean? Separates two lanes of traffic going in the same direction. 57. When the foot brake is pressed, which light must come on to red stoplights? 58. In addition to other equipment, is your vehicle required to have a white light that makes the license plate visible from 50 feet? A windshield wiper and a horn. Windshield wiper, yes. Windshield wiper and horn, yes. 59. What rights and duties do riders of bicycles and mopeds have? They have the same rights with certain exceptions and duties as motor vehicle drivers. 60. When may a motorist preparing to make a right-hand turn move into a bike lane when there is no turn lane present and the driver has checked that the bike lane is clear? 61. What is the proper procedure for a motorist when a bicyclist is occupying too much space for you to share the lane? Allow 3 feet of clearance when passing a cyclist. Reduce speed if road is narrow. 62. What is the legal definition of a bicycle in Florida? The bicycle is legally defined as a motor vehicle. 63. What is the proper way to use anti-lock brakes in an emergency situation? Depress the brake pedal firmly if required and steer the car away from danger. 64. What does anti-lock braking systems prevent when used in an emergency stopping situation? Skidding caused by non-rotation of the wheels. 65. If a trailer covers the stoplight of the towing vehicle, where else must a stoplight be on the rear of the trailer? 66. Where should reflectors be mounted on the rear? 1 on each side. If a trailer greater than 3,000 pounds, also require 1 reflector on each side at front. 67. Give 3 examples of loads that need to be covered due to falling or blowing on roadway. Dirt, sand, lime rock, gravel, silica, trash or garbage. 68. How many feet to the rear should you be able to see objects through the rear view mirror regardless of load? 200 feet. 69. When one vehicle is towing another by means of a chain, what does the chain need to have displayed on it? A white flag at least 12 inches square. 70. How long can the drawbar be between the towing vehicle and the vehicle being towed? 15 feet unless towing larger objects that cannot be easily taken apart. 71. Assume that a load extends 4 or more feet beyond the bed or body of a vehicle driven on a highway in the daytime. How many flags must be used to mark it, and what color should they be for red flags?